The new era of AI has officially begun. An MIT study found that businesses poured billions into AI over the last 2 years, and 95% of them have seen zero measurable return on it. And here's the strange part. It's not because these founders aren't smart. It's not because the tools aren't good. It's because the math behind running a business has completely changed and almost nobody adjusted. 5 years ago, the hard part of the business was fulfillment, making the calls, serving the clients, producing the volume. That was the bottleneck. Today, AI can do most of that overnight, but using it to actually scale, that's where business owners are quietly bleeding money, and most of them are still operating like it's 2020. This video breaks down the 3 rules that have changed, why each one is more dangerous than it looks, and exactly how to adapt so you're not running your business on 2020 principles. Let's get into it. The cost of growth. For about 100 years, scaling a business meant one thing. You hired people, more revenue meant more staff, more payroll, more managers to manage the staff, more office space to hold them. Growth and headcount moved together. If you wanted to double output, you roughly doubled your team. That was just the cost of getting bigger. AI flipped that equation completely. Now one person with the right systems can produce what it used to take a team of 10. Building the capacity to grow is no longer where the money goes. And here's the part that matters. In the old model, every new bit of growth added a fixed permanent cost and a salary forever. In a new model, your systems do the extra work at almost no extra cost. The business that wins isn't the one that can afford most people. It's the one that needs the fewest. And the part that really messes with people's heads is that the old way still looks responsible. A bigger team feels like a bigger business. Every owner who staffs up to handle more volume looks on paper like they're winning. But underneath that, every hire is a fixed cost that scales the wrong way, while a leaner competitor handles the same volume with a system that costs a fraction as much. Most founders don't track this. They look at how busy they are and they assume more people is the answer. It usually isn't anymore. Think about what a traditional service business looks like at scale. A big team, big payroll, thin margins, owner working flat out just to keep it all coordinated. Now think about a competitor in the same market running a handful of AI systems. One to answer every lead, one to follow up, one to handle the admin work, who serves the same number of customers with a quarter of the overhead and twice the margin. So here's the framework first. Know your real cost to serve one more customer, not what you charge, what it actually costs you in labor and overhead to handle one more. Most founders have never calculated it. Second, ask whether the cost goes up every time you grow. If it does, you're scaling the old way, and a leaner operator is going to undercut you. Third, before you make your next hire, ask one question. Is this a job a system could do? That's the big first change. But there's a second one that's even more dangerous because it attacks the thing most business owners are proud of. Hustle is no longer the MOAT. The last few decades, business advice basically came down to one mantra: work harder, outwork everyone, make more calls, answer faster, 16-hour days. Want it more? The hardest working person in the room. And that was true when everyone had the same tools and the same 24 hours. AI completely flipped the switch. When an AI system can answer every lead in under a minute and follow up until they buy, you, the hustler, are competing against something that doesn't sleep, doesn't get discouraged, doesn't take a weekend. You cannot outgrind a machine. The 80-hour week founder doesn't beat the guy in Bali or Dubai whose systems run 168 hours a week. So what actually replaces hustle as the advantage? 3 things. First, the bottleneck stopped being how hard you work. It became how fast you adapt. The business owners winning right now aren't the ones doing the most. They're the ones who figured out what to point the AI at before everyone else did. Second, effort got cheap and judgment got expensive. No one can have AI do more. The skill now is knowing where to direct your attention. And third, cost of working hard on the wrong thing went all the way up. In the old days, hard work covered a lot of mistakes. Now, if you grind for 6 months in the wrong direction, a competitor who adapted faster has already taken the market because their systems let them move fast while you were busy being busy. I see this constantly. The hardest working person in a market gets beaten by someone less talented who simply built a system that works for them. Hard work used to be the MOAT. Now it's just the price of entry, and it's a price a machine pays better than you. So the framework here is simple. Stop counting how many hours you work today. measure how fast you adapt, pivot, and make decisions. When hustle is no longer the advantage, you need a different MOAT, which brings us to the third change. It's the one that decides who survives. Can't out AI the giants, so go where they won't. In the old world, your competition was predictable. You competed against other businesses just like yours. AI changed who you're actually up against. The big players in your industry, the national franchises, the giant platforms, the portals with billions in the bank are deploying AI at a scale you will never match. They have more data, more engineers, and more money than you'll ever have. If the game becomes who has the biggest AI budget, you lose. Full stop. You cannot outspend them and you cannot out-engineer them. So how does a small business owner survive this? You go where they won't. Let me give you the simplest example in the AI industry. Midjourney makes AI images, the exact same category where Google, Adobe, and OpenAI all compete directly. Three of the biggest companies on earth in the same space. Midjourney has never raised a dollar of outside money. They hit $500 million in revenue in 2025 with around 100 people. That's over $5 million per employee, and they have been profitable since their second month. How does a team of 100 beat Google? They didn't try to be the biggest. They went deep on one specific thing, a particular taste, a look you couldn't get anywhere else, and they built a community of millions of fans around it. Google can generate an image. Google cannot copy that specific feel or the community that grew around it. That's the MOAT. Being huge cannot buy. That's the whole lesson for a small business owner in the AI era. You will never beat the giants on scale, budget, or raw technology, but the giant platform will never know your local market like you do. It will never have your relationships, your reputation, your specific knowledge of your specific customers. The big players go broad. Your entire advantage is going deep. So here's your homework for this video. Map your real competition. Then find the wedge the giants will ignore. The local relationships, the specific workflow, the deep knowledge of one market that no national platform will ever bother to learn. Go deeper than any giant would ever would and build a community of raving fans around it. So those are the three biggest changes in AI right now. The cost of growth flipped. So scale with systems, not headcount. Hustle stopped being the MOAT. So compete on how fast you adapt, not on how hard you grind. And you can't out AI the giants. So go deep where they'll never bother you, and they all come back to the same mistake. Most business owners are telling themselves they'll figure out the AI part later. Grow first, get busy, deal with the systems when things calm down. That made sense when the biggest risk was just surviving. But in this new era, the biggest risk isn't that you can't grow. It's that you grow the old, expensive, exhausting way. While a leaner, faster, AI-first competitor is profitable from their third month. Scale by systemizing your company. Business owners who understand this are about to build companies that last for decades. The new era has already started. The only question is, which side of it is your business on?